Hey everybody, welcome to April on the Saskatchewan Prairies. In today's video, I'm going to be showing 3 different methods of seed starting that I'm going to be doing during the month of April. So if you live in a cold climate like I do, April is the time to get all those seeds started that you want to get a jump on our short outdoor growing season. So I'm going to show you how I do my indoor starts for the heat lovers. I'm going to be doing some more winter sowing. I'll be showing you what I'm doing there, plus seeds that I plan to start directly into the soil once it reaches that temperature of 5 degrees Celsius. So I have over 25 different seeds that I want to get started in the month of April in one of these 3 methods. So join me in this video. We'll go through that list of things that you should be starting in April if you are growing in a cold climate, zones 2 to 5. So if this is your first time joining my channel, my name is Tracy and I am a cold climate gardener living on the Saskatchewan Prairies, growing zone 3. And on my channel, I like to share with people how you can garden and grow food 12 months of the year, no matter where you live. Most of us in the cold climates, our last frost date is usually mid-May to end of May, depending on your zone. So here in zone 3, we're about 6 weeks away from last frost date. So tomatoes are one of the things that are the big ones to be planting in April. If you've already started your tomatoes, that's fine. If you haven't started your tomatoes, you still have lots of time. Tomatoes normally have that 4 to 6 weeks before last frost date instructions on the back. Sometimes they say 6 to 8. And doing it 6 weeks, even 4 weeks, middle of April, you will still have strong, healthy tomatoes. So that's one of the main things that I will be starting indoors. I like to use the seedling snail method if you've been watching my video. So I've been building snails here, and I will be doing probably 10 different tomato varieties in snails, 1 variety per snail. I can unravel it, take out the seedlings once they're well established, and up pot them into solo cups so I can share them with other people. If you don't use the seedling snail method, of course, the traditional seedling cups or solo cups like this work if you're going to be doing them in trays. But for the most part, when I'm doing my indoor seed starting, I like to start them under grow lights, get them well established, get them up to that 2 to 4 leaf stage before I bring them out to a sunny window. So in April, we have lots of intense sunlight now. So there's lots of sunshine, lots of heat coming through. So you can use a sunny window to do your indoor starts in April. But I always, if you have the grow lights, I would say any seedlings you can start under lights to begin with is probably the best way to go. So I mentioned I'm doing about 10 different tomato varieties. I like to do a whole varieties of indeterminates, determinates, cherries, like the paste Roma type tomatoes, and the big slicer type. So I got Manitoba, Roma, Prairie Pride, Bush Early Girl, Red Robin, a kind of a new variety called 42-day tomatoes. I got this from Heritage Harvest. We'll see. They're supposed to be very fast growing, which is great for our short growing season. A sweet gold cherry. One of my favorites is doing the gold sun sweet gold cherries. I'm doing a black crim for the first time and a brandywine, both yellow and red. So I got all different varieties of tomatoes that I'll be starting indoors. I'm also going to be doing some lobelia indoors. I'm looking at these lobelia packages. One says 8 to 10 weeks before last frost. One says 4 to 6 weeks before last frost, and one says 10 to 12. So like all over the map. So I haven't started any lobelia. I like to plant this to put around in my flower pots around my yard. So I'm going to be doing those indoors as well. So something I talk about often is keeping track of your gardening, keeping a gardening journal, not only just putting down when you're planting things, but to keep track of stuff all throughout the growing season. Keep records of, things that you had problems with, what kind of weather patterns you had, any issues with pests or disease or other things that might have happened, things that went well, things that didn't go well, and keep track of them on a simple calendar. So I made up this kind of cheesy little coloring calendar that you can download for free. I have the link in the description box below. So it's just a black and white one you can print out, fill in the month, the days, use the back to make, notes or put notes on here, and just do one of these for each of the months of this all the way through the summer. Keep it out in your garden shed or your garage so that you can, track things throughout the summer. And then next year you have that record to go back to see what worked, what didn't, when you planted things. So again, if you want to download that, the link is in the description box below. So that's pretty much it for what I'm going to be starting indoors in April. But there are lots more that you can do indoors if you got the space, if you got big sunny windows, if you have lots of shelves with grow lights. All the more tender annual flowers I'm going to be doing with the winter sowing method with my jugs here. I'm going to try those more tender annuals mid-April, once the nighttime temperatures are, warming up and it's not too much below freezing. And that way I'm going to save a lot of space here in my windows. So I'm doing zinnias, chamomile, cosmos, calendula, some petunias. I started some petunias back in February that are really overgrown, but I'm going to try petunias in the winter sowing method just to see how they do. I'll be doing some herbs like sweet basil, thyme, dill, borage, lemon balm, parsley. And one thing that I'm going to be starting right away here is one of the brassicas, and that is a cabbage. I got these seeds sent to me from Heritage Harvest as a free gift with my seed order. Mammoth Red Rock cabbage. Something new to me. I wasn't going to do any brassicas, but I thought I would try these since they were gifted to me. Let me know in the comments if you're doing brassicas. Right now, early April, you can get them started indoors in the indoor seed starting method or the winter sowing method like I'm going to do. So everything I just went through there, you can start indoors if you want, or in the winter sowing method. With the exception of tomatoes, I think those always do best started indoors. Get a good start on them, get them strong, healthy before you take them outside. So the third method that I will be trying in April, but this is all dependent on the soil temperature, not actually the last frost date. So there's a lot of cool tolerant lettuces and other varieties of plants here that you can start directly into the soil, into pots, into your raised garden beds, as long as the soil temperature of your soil is above that 5 degrees Celsius. So not the outdoor air temperature, the actual soil temperature. So I'll be monitoring that throughout the month of April. Probably won't be till, close to the end of April, early May, when that soil temperature gets to that desired level. You don't really want to be putting your seeds into cold soil that they may freeze, they may rot. So it's really not relevant to your last frost date, more to your soil temperature. So I'll be doing radishes, lettuce, spinach, bok choy, sweet peas and poppies rather than winter sowing method. Those are best to direct sow in the early spring. I have things like beets and peas and carrots that also are more of that cool tolerant type seeds that like to go into cool soil. So if I have my garden beds ready by the end of April, those soil temperatures are ideal for it. I'll be planting them out, but again, I'm not too panicky. Those can also be planted early May depending on your temperatures. So that's pretty much a complete list of all the things that I hope to be starting in the month of April using those 3 different methods. I also want to let you know I have another PDF document you can download for free that shows you kind of a breakdown of all the different seeds, when to plant them, the best method. You can download that and your little calendar here. Just click on the link in the description box below. So my plan is to plant my tomatoes early next week, around the 6th or 7th of April. That's when I planted them last year, according to my calendar. And they were beautiful, strong, healthy tomatoes by that 3rd week in May when I like to plant them out. So you can watch for a video coming to the channel for that. And as always, if you haven't heard of my community on the school platform, Gardeners Growing Together, we'd love to have you join us. We are over 450 cold climate gardeners from all around Canada and USA and other areas of the world who are sharing gardening experiences and tips and tricks and just talking about everything gardening. So if you want to join that community, you can find the link in the description box below. So I hope you enjoyed my April strategy that's going to give me a massive harvest, hopefully in a very short season that we have here on the Saskatchewan Prairies. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.